Game demo. Video analysis report. Art and material presentation analysis. In this demo video, we can observe the art production of several key elements, such as eyes, wooden boats, jeeps, batteries, stone sculptures, and enemy models. The overall visual quality is at a medium level, but there is still room for optimization. Eye material. The eyeball uses a basic reflective texture with a slight highlight effect, but lacks the moistness and depth characteristic of a real eyeball. Consider adding a refraction layer and scattering simulation to enhance the sense of life. Wooden boat. The wood grain is relatively realistic and the UV mapping is reasonable. However, the material lacks variation. More details such as dirt and wear can be added to the surface of the boat to enhance the environmental fit. Jeep vehicle. The modeling has a clear outline and a complete structure, but the material is monotonous. The reflection of the body is not natural and lacks the metallic texture. The realism can be enhanced by adjusting the PBR parameters. Battery model. It has few details and a simple design. If it could include voltage markings and corrosion marks, it would be more credible. Stone sculpture. The model structure is relatively thick. The texture repetition is strong, and the natural traces of stone weathering are not well represented. It is suggested to add normal detail and AO texture to enhance the volume effect. Enemy skeletons and animations. The enemy skeleton system functions properly with smooth basic movements. However, the attack animations lack a sense of power and are too slow, failing to create a threat. It is recommended to incorporate faster-paced attacks and rushes, and to enhance the IK logic for foot grounding. Ties the animation and the skeletal system. The enemy animations employ a basic skeletal binding system, which runs smoothly. However, the overall action design lacks impact and rhythm variation. Players do not feel tense when encountering enemies, and some enemies fail to notice the player's approach. The interaction between AI behavior and animations is insufficient. It is recommended to introduce animation blending, behavior trees, and state machine control to enhance the interaction experience. Analysis of gameplay and design issues. Severe bug, unable to return to land after submerging. The current version has a critical bug. Once the player falls into the water, they will be unable to climb back onto land, causing the game to stop and the experience to be interrupted. It is recommended to add a climbing system or a water reset mechanism to ensure that players can smoothly return to the game flow. 2. Scene issues. The overall scene is too dark. A large area is extremely dim, especially the distant views and corner details are almost invisible, which seriously affects exploration and identification. The environmental lighting intensity should be adjusted, and guiding lights or dynamic lights should be added to enhance visibility. 3. Lack of player guidance. During the game, there are no clear task instructions, direction guidance, or identification systems. Players often do not know what to do next. It is recommended to add the most basic UI prompts, ground markings, visual guidance, or short-term goal indication system. The map is too expensive and lacks interactivity. The scene area is too large and the structure is repetitive. There are not enough interaction points, resulting in players wandering around but making no substantive discoveries. By setting up items to be picked up, puzzle mechanisms, and destructible objects, the playability can be enhanced. Lack of sense of pressure and rhythm control. The appearance frequency of enemies is low, the environmental atmosphere is dull, and there is a lack of strong and weak rhythm variations and sound effect tension. One can try to enhance the immersion by using footsteps, background music, distant monster cries, etc. 6. Overall experience. Although, based on the above issues, the current game lacks a full gameplay environment, causing players to feel bored within a short period of time. It is recommended to clearly define the main axis of the game and establish challenge and feedback mechanisms around it. E. Players cannot return to land after falling into water. This is a serious design flaw that impacts the gameplay experience. Once a player causing game lag and inability to continue. Underwater escape protection systems prevent accidental falls. Install climbing points or reset triggers